Okay, so after loops, now let's start to understand how functions are defined and work in Python. So what are functions? Functions are a construct where we define a specific task and we call this construct again and again to perform the same specific task with some changed parameter. Or in other words, function is something where we define an operation like if you call it as a addition function. So addition function is a built-in function, but normally what happen whenever you call addition function, then it does addition of two different numbers. Now every time you want to do addition, what you do, you just need to pass two different numbers to whom you have to add, and automatically it does the addition in the background. So same thing is being done by the function, but that's a user defined function. So now let's start with user defined function. Let's see how it works. So first, for user defined function, there are two different stages. First is definition and next one is call. Okay, so functions works in two different parts. First is definition of function, another one is calling of function. So let's see how to define a function. To define a function in Python, you have to use a keyword called def, and then name of the function, whatever you want to put it, multiplication, addition, a, b, c, x, y, z, whatever you want to put, you can put the name of the function here, followed by parenthesis and a colon. So this is the definition of a function. Now after after initialization of the function, we have to kind of define like what operations it has to do. So whenever this function func1 will be called, automatically it is going to print that first function. So this text will be printed whenever func1 is called. So this section is called as function definition. Now after having function defined, what we have to do, we have to call the function. And how to call a function? You just need to write the name of the function like func. So just we have written this and it will be called automatically. As many as time you are going to call the function, the same process will happen. Like here you are also calling, so it will come here, and whatever written in the function, that will be executed. All right, so similarly, let's have some advancement in it and start passing some parameters. So till now in this function, within close braces, if you observe, there is nothing in it, but we have a flexibility to pass some parameters from outside the function, right? So here we are defining a function called addition, and in addition function we are going to pass two values. Now these two values can be number, can be string, can be anything else, right? So it could be anything, but what we are going to do is we are going to pass it. Now in other programming languages, what happen, we have to define it like it is going to be integer, this is going to be string, and so on and so forth. In Python you need not to do it, right? So what we are doing, we are going to just take two parameters from the calling area and going to add them and then print it, right? So let's see how it behaves after calling. So to call it, what we have done, we have written the name of function, and then we have passed 2 and 3 in the function. So this 2 will be mapped to x and 3 will be mapped to y. So that means precisely what we are going to get is 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 3 should be equal to 5. So 5 should be output, and this is the output we are getting, 5, right? If you want to call it again with different parameters, so if you want to do, add 5 and 6, so you can call that way as well. So you can see same function is being called 2 times, but with different parameters, which in turns given the different result. All right, so that is about function calling. Now after calling the function, we are going to extend it to multiple functions. So here in this, what we are doing, we are kind of defining addition function, then multiplication function, then division function. In addition function, you are going to again pass two variable and they will be added. In multiplication, you will pass two variable, they will be multiplied, and in division they will be passed and they will be divided with each other. So now we are calling addition function with 2 and 3, multiplication with 5 and 6, and division with 6 and 3. So 2 and 3 will be added, 5 and 6 will be multiplied, and 6 and 3 will be divided with each other. So when you run it, you can see the output. 2 and 3 are added, that is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 5 multiplied by 6 is 30, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this is how it is going to work, right? So this was use of multiple functions in it, right? So this is how it works. Now there is another important part, which is something called as arbitrary function, then passing a list to the function, and some more functionalities. So what are arbitrary function and other advanced functionalities in the function, that is something we will discuss in the next discussion. Thank you.